Hello, everyone. Welcome back to virtual. Here we are on our computer screens again. Um, just to give you a kind of short review, previously we were talking about dogs and their medications. Today we're going to kind of do something a little bit different where we're looking at the dog's medication breaking down at a rate. In this case, we're going to be looking at a rate of 25%. So instead of the dog's medication cuts in half every hour. Now we're looking at a certain percent. We're going to see what happens to our table and our graph and our equation when we get into percentages. Kind of like when we got into our growth rates. What happened when we were growing, like our bank account was growing at a rate of 6%. What did we do? How did we find those numbers for our equations? So here, if we take a look, we have a different flea medication breaks down at a rate of 25% each hour. This means that as each hour passes, 25% of the active medicine is used. This is the decay rate for the medicine, where your initial dose is 160. So what we have to do is kind of figure out what's left still working for us at hour one, starting with 160 milligrams. So I guess what I'm going to have you guys write down first of all is what is, kind of like we did before, 25% of 160, because that's what I'm interested in finding out, because that's the amount of medicine that goes away. 25% of it is no longer good for us or good for the dog. So what we're going to do is turn this into an algebraic expression. The what we don't know is our equals 25% as a decimal. We just move our decimal 2 places to the left. So we have, here's my decimal, 1, 2 places. So we have 0.25, which would I put in my calculator. Of means to multiply 160. So it literally tells me to find out what number of milligrams is not used. We would just take 0.25, 25 hundredths times 160. When you do that, you end up getting, hold on one second, I haven't done that yet. You end up getting 40. Okay, but this 40 is not what's left working. This is what is actually taken away. So what we want to do is then take 160 and then minus off the 40 that's no longer good. That 40 represents the amount of medicine that's no longer active, leaving us with 120 milligrams. So 1 hour passed, we still have 120 milligrams left working for us. Then I'm going to have to find out what is 25% of 120, because 25% of this then goes away for hour number 2. So I'm going to take my x, some number is equal to 25% of 120. And if we get out our calculator, we take 120, or 25%, 0.25 times 120 gives me 30. 30 is not used. So I'm going to take my 120 minus the 30, which gives me, 120 minus 30 gives me 90 still left working. So I'm going to keep this process going. I'm going to take my 25 hundredths, 0.25 times the 90 now, which gives me 22 and a half. So if I take 90 minus 22 and a half, I end up getting 67.5. And then if I take the 67.5 times the 25%, it gives me 16.875. That leaves me with 50.63 if we round to the nearest hundredths place. So then we're taking away 12.66. Leaves me with 37.97. And then so on. So at hour 6, we should have still working for the dog in the bloodstream 28.48 approximately milligrams of medicine still working. And this is taking that 25% away every single hour. So if we were to make a graph of this, Down here at the x-axis, we're going to put the number of hours. And then we can go by ones, and I think we should be able to skip lines too. In the corner, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hours 6. And then the largest number of milligrams was what we started with, which was that 160. So can't go by ones. So we're going to take our 160 divided by how many lines we have. And I think we have 14. So I'm going to take my 160 divided by 14 gives me 11. I don't like counting by 11, so I might go by 12s, 15s, 20s are probably the easiest one to go by. So I'm going to go by 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80. 220. All right, and then we start plotting our points. First one was at 0, 160, so I'm going to put a dot on 0, 1, oh, and then we got to label our axes, so this is the active meths. Okay, so I'm going to go 0, 160, so put a dot right here. At 1, it was 120. 2 was 90. 3 was 67.5. 4 was 50.6. 5 was 37. And 6 was 28. So it is curving, so I just need to freehand a little curve through here. Oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do this with my pen. Nope, it's definitely, there we go. So we're getting a graph that looks like this. Perfect. All right, so here's our graph of that. Definitely not a linear function. This is exponential decay still. And so when we go to write our equation, this is where things get a little bit difficult because we're using that 25%. And if you check your numbers in the decay factors, like we know that if we're using our exponential decay, we use this y equals a times b to the x power, where a is your starting amount, which we know what that is. B happens to be our growth or decay factor. But if we need to figure out how much that is, which we do in this case, we know to find our growth or decay factor, we pick a number in the table and divide by the one before it. So we look at our numbers in the table, we have 120 divided by 160. So 120 divided by 160 gives me, let's check that, gives me 0.75, which is not the 25% that what they gave us. So our decay factor in this case is 0.75, not 0.25, which is a little bit different. So where did this 0.75 come from? If I were to write this equation, it should look like 160 to start times the 0.75 to the x power, or our active medicine, we'll call m, is equal to 160 milligrams to start times the fraction 3/4 or the decimal 0.75 to the number of hours power. Where did this 0.75 come from? Well, it's very similar to our growth rates versus growth factors. When we did growth rates into growth factor, we had to take in that 100% of what we started with plus whatever our growth rate was equal to our growth factor, and then turn it into a decimal. So we had 100% of what we started with plus whatever rate we were working with. But if I'm looking at my decay rate, decay rates into decay factors, we still have that 100% of what we started with. So you get 100% of that 160 milligrams to start with, but every single hour, 25% goes away. So we look at this, we have 100% of what we started with minus the 25% for that first hour, leaving behind 75%, which as a decimal is 0.75. So to turn decay rates into decay factors, you have to take away that rate of decay from the 100% of what you started with. And this number, this 0.75, will be go into our equation. So I'm going to put goes into the equation. This is your decay factor. So they gave us the decay rate. We have to use the decay factor. And we found that by either plugging in or dividing the numbers in our table, or we just knew that we had 100% of what we started with, taking away the 25%, leaving behind 75% still working. And this is the number that goes into our equation. All right, so this, you should have a blank copy, should go into your notebook. If you need to make a copy of it by hand and put it in there, that needs to go in there. And this will definitely help you with your homework assignment, which is also attached to this. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow and when we meet for our 25 minutes. But definitely want to get this done and in your notebook, and then get your homework assignment done and turned in before you come see me tomorrow. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.